So I decided to speak on C++ surveys a bit, and short slide about me. So this is two things I want to just shortly mention. First is the URL survey.cpp.com, where you can take the survey, and if you like online meetups, you can find what I do with online meetups now at online.cpp.com. But let me start the lightning talk with a simple question. Did you notice the lack of statistics and facts from the real world and talks at C++ conferences? And I did after a while. And the reason for that is that we, A, don't have a lot of data on it, and B, that often our talks are on standard features, and then it doesn't make a lot of sense. But let me tell you about the C++ surveys which have this data. Honorary mention for the annual surveys of ISOCPP and JetBrains, where you can find great graphics about these things. I'm going to be going into depth about that in my talk at the C++ user group Osnabrück on Tuesday. But for now, I want to tell you a bit about the tool I wrote, the survey tool for meeting C++. It's available since this year. It's a continuous survey, and it has two sides, two questions, modes, single and multiple choice. And this is some technical details, which of course is a lightning talk. Don't want to go too deep into it. So let's ask some questions. Like, for example, have you been at CppCon? And we see that not a lot of people, at least, who took the survey. So if you have been at CppCon, please take the survey. We have probably a little more than have been, but generally for all the questions I have for other conferences, those questions, we do not see like the majority of the community at the conferences. That's also kind of logical if you think about the numbers. And then, of course, you can ask for the standards, and not very surprising, the standards of the last decade win here, with C++ 17 leading, that a lot of people have moved to 17, and others are still on the older standards, and C++ 20 gaining a bit here. So, but then I figured out I also could ask for the standard containers. And not very surprising, vector vins, and then there's some other containers which are quite often used. But I also figured I could ask for span, even if it's not a container, we get some numbers on that. That's interesting, isn't it? But of course, span is also not even like available for a lot of users, so that's going to be increasing, I guess, in the next years. Build systems I asked, of course, and I've asked a lot of other questions, and some questions are like multiple choice, like this one, and I have similar questions in single choice. And I figured out I also could ask for language and library features. C++ 17 as an example here, optional is popular. And the language features, it's standard structured bindings, which takes the cake here. And I asked for C++ 11, 14, and 17 features so far. And for 11, seems to be a lot of heap allocations in C++, which needs some guarding by a shared pointer or a unique pointer. And if I look at the time, I see it's, if you want to take the survey, you can do that later after the lightning talks, and you will find me there. But of course, I brought a bonus level, which we unlocked, and this is one talk about two newer features. There is a combined questions feature, which is kind of hard to work with because it's more or less a matrix of the questions. And to find the right combinations and the sea of combinations is not that easy. I also have a feature which you can use to filter on time. I wrote this week. And for now, you can filter on the month, and by next year, then you can filter on the years too. And yeah, so if you're interested in that or on the online events, which I do, you can find me after the lightning talks in the hallway track, second floor, table 5 or 6. Okay, thank you.